So I wanted to come on real quick with this message about surrendering, since this is a very pervasive topic to my life, and I know that this is a theme that is going on in other people's lives. So if you clicked on this video, if you're still here, if this topic rings bells with you, then this message is definitely for you. I want to go ahead and just, pull some stuff and get a better understanding because, I'm watching videos, I'm reading things, meditating, stuff like that, and just trying to get to this better space of allowing myself to surrender. Because I tend to be more guarded. I tend to, not to get too deep into it, but I tend to be more guarded and trying to have control over my life. And now I'm in a space, and I have been in this space for a good year and some change, and it's just been the opposite of having control over my life and stuff like that. So I think that's one of my main lessons and themes through this period in my life is to learn how to surrender, learn how to trust, have faith, and things like that, you know. So, so I pulled some cards to get some better clarification. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, y'all. I need to get some water after this. But so I pulled Loner. Of course, as you see, Loner, one night only in reverse. Got your money. Nothing is promised. Don't you know? Use your heart. In the bottom of the deck, find a topic. So I'm going to speak about this as it kind of pertains to my life. And I want you to find some common themes as it pertains to your life, because I know that everybody that's watching this video is not all going through the same thing as I am, but I want you to take some of the things that I'm going through to have a better understanding. So, and from my perspective. So, with Loner here, it's like what I got from this when I very first seen it was just like this outcast feeling of like, why not me? Like, I see what you're doing for other people, God. I see what you're doing for other people. I see it. What's happening with me? What's happening over my side? Why do I have this dark cloud and this hideous shell and just feel terrible and lonely and just all types of negative feelings? We're in this space, we'd rather be alone, this pity party type of space where it's just like, leave me alone, it's my birthday and I can cry if I want to, that type of thing. I'm just trying to illustrate. Just feeling kind of outcast and just pushed to the side by spirit, by God, however you decide to address your higher power. With one night only in reverse, this is telling me that this is reminding me of the law of rhythm, the law of rhythm. You have your good times, and I was just watching a Wayne Dyer video. So you have your good times, your times to take action, your times to have inaction, your times to be, abundant and happy and flowing, your times to be kind of stagnant and stuff like that. You have your ups and downs. Life is a flow like this, okay? So, you're for those of you watching this, you're most likely in what you deem as a negative, the negative side to your flow. So since it goes like this, and we would assume this would be more of, I'm abundant, I'm secure, I have love, I'm surrounded by love, things are going well. And this, the bottom of that kind of curve of, I'm struggling, I'm, confused, stagnant, whatever you're going through, right? And it just goes like this. This is a temporary period, but our perspective won't allow us to really soak in the fact that it is temporary. Our perspective drags this on longer than it really is. Some of us feel like we're just going to be stuck in this forever. It's never going to change. yada, yada, yada. But it's only temporary. Life is in waves, okay? You have your time, to be popping, business popping, new ideas, new loves and stuff like that. And you have your times where it's just you and you're figuring out yourself and things are a little bit more stagnant or, slow or sad or whatever like that. So you're in this flow. Don't get stuck in thinking that it'll just never change, okay? That's something that we really have to work on is our perspective. We also have got your money. So I know for me, this has to do with abundance, finances, and security, my negative flow. So, and if that's not necessarily your case, I feel like for a lot of you watching, it does have to do with abundance or at least security or wealth. And abundance doesn't necessarily mean abundance of money or material. Just that abundant feeling of having more than enough of whatever. That's what your struggle has to do with, okay? For most of us watching. And I'm sorry, I kind of lost my flow of thought. Temporary period, it has to do with abundance and security, right? Whatever we're going through. But we also have nothing is promised, which is about, this reminds me a lot of the Four of Coins in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And I believe that, yeah, Four of Coins, I believe that is the one where he's just stingily, holding on to his coin and stuff like that. This has a lot to do with being unappreciative, ungrateful, or stingy, materialistic, along those lines. So definitely if you're watching this, it has a lot to do with abundance, like with me, finances and security. So for us to surrender, gratitude is a big thing. Again, with the video I was just watching and, other stuff that I watched and, other themes of law of attraction and manifesting and stuff like that. Gratitude is a very key thing because if you're so focused on the outcome and how is this going to work and how is that going to work and what you don't have and all of that thing, you'll end up stopping the process. You'll end up getting in the way of God's plan because God's plan is much more grand than what you can even sit here and think of and imagine. I know I've had quite a few things happen to me where I never, imagined to have, those things, those good things, good things that happen to me. But I never imagined they would happen in that way. But I was surprised and just happy. You know what I'm saying? I could have never done those things for myself with my own ego mind, okay? So we just kind of have to learn how to move out the way. And if that's very hard for you, how do I move out the way? What does that mean? Because I don't like things in vague terms as well. I'm a Taurus. We're practical, as much as spiritual as I am and, in the clouds and go with the flow of life and all of that. At the end of the day, I'm still a Taurus and I need stuff in practical terms. Like, what does this mean? Okay. But, so I'm telling you guys, you got to focus more on the things that you do have because, again, nothing is promised. Ain't none of this promised. Nothing is promised. Okay, so don't go around being so arrogant, trying to control every single move. And, it's not bad to have plans and stuff like that, but this message about surrendering is about when you're going through a period of your life where no matter what plans what plans you try to make, it's just not working. So obviously there is a higher, more divine, purpose to whatever situation is going on in your life, okay? Higher than what you can think of, higher than you just being comfortable and having more money in your bank account. It's about more than that. So nothing is promised. Don't go with expectations I just did a surrendering meditation where he was just like, okay, think of what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about yourself. Okay, let that go. What are your deepest, darkest fears? Okay, let that go. What are your biggest dreams? Okay, let that go. Let go of expectations. Look around you and be grateful for what you have. Look around you and see the abundance of what you already do have. You have something. Something. I know you have something. Okay. You have an abundance of breaths every day. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. You don't even think about it. You have an abundance of that. So just be grateful for that. We have Don't You Know. Baby, I know that you don't see yourself as one of them, but honestly, girl, I believe that you're 100 out of 10. I'm sorry, I had to sing that. This is about seeing yourself worse than other people see you. To me, for us in our message on surrendering, this is about, we see the situation, we see whatever we're going through worse than it really is. We're magnifying the hell out of what we don't like and what we don't have. Magnifying the hell out of it when it's really not that bad. And I know for a lot of us watching, you're just like, no, it's bad. Like, trust me, it's bad. And please believe me, I understand you. But in the grand scheme of things, knowing that life is in waves, knowing that life goes on, knowing the things that you went through in the past that you thought that was never going to change, that you thought this is the worst thing ever, and you got through it. Do you really think this is going to, be your end-all, be-all? Do you really think that? Because I've went through some things, and my dramatic ass was just like, this is it. This is it. This is the thing that takes me away, that takes me out. But I'm still here. I learned from it. I got better from it. One of my affirmations is, every day I get better. Every day I get better. And you do. If you allow yourself to, every day I get better. Don't get stuck in this situation. A lot of us are magnifying the hell out of it, and that is worsening our problems. And we have Use Your Heart. This is about connecting with your heart chakra, connecting with love over logic. A lot of us are looking very logically at whatever we're going through. Observing things very logically, again, with a magnifying glass, just overanalyzing a lot of things and blowing it up. But we have to tap into our heart chakra and our love energies. Okay? Whatever tough period you're going through, particularly if it's financial and, about security and stuff like that, I know it's kind of hard to say, just focus on what you love. It's much easier said than done. Much easier said than done. You got bills to pay. You got things to do. How can I just focus on what I love? I have things to do. But this is what we have to do in order to surrender. And especially if you're in a position like me and you keep pushing, as Tauruses, as bulls, we're stubborn, we're going to keep pushing, okay? That's something that I've been shown greatly about myself this past year, that I absolutely love and admire. But at the same time, I got to kind of calm that down, and I got to kind of allow that to soften and surrender. Because as much as I want to push, as much as I'm just hell-bent on, making it and making things work out and, very perseverant, very tenacious. These are, upstanding qualities, but when there's a divine plan and a divine order, which there is, We don't know everything. We don't know the bits and pieces to everything. We don't know how this period of our life is leading to better things. We don't know what things we're going to take from this to advance ourselves in the future. So if I keep pushing and I have been